in the interest of Kiana Johnson, we're here today to resume the final that we started in this case back on August 19th of 2025. Because we're here on a new day and we've got some people present today that weren't present at the last hearing, we're going to go ahead and take announcements today.
My name's Tate Aldridge. I represent the mother, Truzelle Moore, and we're both present ready.
T.D. Hammonds, I represent the alleged father, Marvin Price. I'm ready to proceed, Judge. I've spoken with him. He's in the Form B unit in Plainview.
On behalf of the unknown father, I'm present, ready to proceed.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the child.
Okay, question. Mr. Hammonds, did he wish to be in attendance today?
He did not, Judge. He was adamant with me that he did not have any contact with Miss Moore after August of 2023. He denies being the father.
He's never requested any paternity testing in this case.
Judge, my understanding was, and I wasn't at the last hearing or the first ones, but Mr. Trout might have some information from Sterling Mendoza or the caseworker. They actually did go out to Potter County, talk to Mr. Price, and I believe in that conversation is when he expressed to them he had no interest in doing any paperwork or having any contact with the government in relationship to this case.
And Judge, that's my understanding also.
All right, we'll let the testimony and the chips will fall where they fall. So, okay. All right, just making sure that he hadn't requested to be brought in and somehow we didn't get him here.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
That's correct, Judge.
All right, then. Ms. Amos, now we'll get you sworn in. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you'll give on trial today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to just remind everybody we're on a very tight schedule today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ms. Amos, would you state your name for the record, please?
Becky Amos.
Ms. Amos, how are you employed?
I'm an investigator for Child Protective Services.
Are you familiar with the case involving the child, Kiana Johnson?
Yes.
And how are you familiar with that case?
On August 27th, 24, I received a report of neglectful supervision.
And what was the neglectful supervision in regards to?
Kiana and Truzelle both tested positive for amphetamines at delivery. Truzelle admitted to methamphetamine use, stating she last used 3 to 4 days before giving birth. She was positive for cocaine, amphetamines, and marijuana at the beginning of her pregnancy. She admitted to using marijuana 1 to 2 times while pregnant and denied cocaine use.
Okay. When you first got the case, were you able to meet with the mother?
Yes.
And where did you meet with her?
At Northwest Hospital.
Okay. Did you discuss the concerns for the intake with the mother?
Yes.
And what was mom's statements to you at that time?
She admitted to using methamphetamines, and she had used for 2 years prior.
Did the mother tell you how often she was using?
She said about 3 times a week.
Okay. At that time, did she tell you when the last time she had used?
She said 3 to 4 days prior to having the baby.
Okay. Did the mother tell you at that time who she thought the father of the baby was?
Yes, she said it was Kevin Johnson
Okay. And where was Mr. Johnson at the time?
at Potter County Detention Center.
Okay. Were you able to speak with him?
Yes.
Was he aware of the baby?
Yes.
Okay. Was he aware of the mom's drug use?
No,
Okay. Did the department how did the department try to prevent the removal of the child?
we contacted her mother that lived in Borger. And she was having some health issues going on and couldn't care for her at the time.
Okay. And did you speak to any other family or potential family members?
No,
Okay. Did you check into the paternal grandmother?
yes, I believe I spoke to her.
Okay. Did she have CPS history at the time
Yes,
and wasn't truthful about it?
yes,
Okay. And you said maternal grandmother was going through some health issues and not able to care.
yes,
Any other family members that mom gave?
no,
Okay. Due to the positive screens for the baby and mom at birth and the mom's admittance to drug use and continued drug use, you believe it was in the best interest of the child to remove the child or request removal of the child?
yes,
And did the court grant that removal?
yes.
After the removal, what was your next steps?
To find placement for the baby.
Okay.
And to provide mom with the removal paperwork.
Okay. Were you able to find placement in a foster home?
Yes,
Okay. Were you able to meet with mom to go through the paperwork?
yes.
Okay. And what was mom's statements during the discussion of the paperwork and the removal?
She filled it out and she agreed to drug screen.
Okay. Did you ask her to go drug screen?
Yes.
Okay. And what did she state about the drug screen?
She stated she would go, but she never did go while the investigation was open.
Okay. Did she state anything about use right when you asked her?
Yeah, she told me she woke up on August 30th. She said she woke up, she wanted to be honest with me, said she did slip up by using methamphetamines the day before. She said due to her depression, and she said she threw it all away after that.
Okay. Were you able to meet with the alleged father and notify him of the removal?
Yes,
And at the time you went off of the case, child was in placement
yes,
and child was doing well where she was.
yes,
And you do believe that the removal, based on the circumstances, was in the best interest of the child?
yes.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Eldridge?
So just one question, Ms. Amos, did Ms. Moore ever test for you? I know you were only involved at the very beginning, but did she ever test for you during your portion of the case?
No, not during the investigation.
Okay, so we don't have any numbers then. Just from the birth, as far as how much was used and all that?
Yes.
Okay, all right, that's all I have, Your Honor. I'll pass the witness.
Hammond?
Miss Amos, did Miss Moore seem to be adamant that Kevin Johnson was the father of the child?
Yes.
He was listed on the birth certificate as the father.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay. During your conversations with Miss Moore, did the name Mark Price ever come up?
No.
No further questions, Judge.
All right, Ms. Naranjo?
Miss Amos, did Miss Moore mention any other potential fathers other than Mr. Johnson?
No.
I'll pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Zavala?
Miss Amos, you said that maternal grandmother had health issues at the time. Did you document what those were?
I believe she was going through a kidney transplant.
and she said she wasn't available to care for the child.
She said she could, but she lived in Borger and she had to go to Pampa early in the mornings for dialysis.
No further questions.
All right, Mr. Trout, any further questions?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Anybody else have any further questions for Ms. Amos?
No,
No,
Judge.
Judge.
All right, is she free to leave at this time?
No objection, Your Honor.
Objection.
No objection.
All
No
right,
objection.
Amos, thank you so much. You're free to go on about your day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Becky.
All right, then, Mr. Trout, who's your next witness?
Call Avery Hoganson, Your Honor.
Okay, we lost her for a minute, but she's back in. Let's make sure we've got good connection with her. Ms. Hoganson, can you hear me? All right, Ms. Hoganson, can you hear us?
Okay, I can hear you. I'm sorry.
Are you having trouble with video today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's just leave it off so we don't, I noticed you fell out, so let's just leave your video off so maybe we can hang on to our signal.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, will you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give on trial today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Trout, Courtney Brown's in my waiting room. Do we need her in?
She's on the Velarde case, Your Honor.
Very good. All right, you may proceed.
Thank you. Ms. Hoganson, would you state your name for the record, please?
Avery Hoganson.
And Ms. Hoganson, how are you currently employed?
I'm employed with the Department of Family and Protective Services.
Okay, and where were you previously employed?
I was employed with St. Francis Ministries as a permanency specialist.
Okay, and are you familiar with the case involving the child, Kiana Johnson?
Yes, sir.
And how are you familiar with that case?
I was the caseworker that received the case right after removal.
Okay, and when you first received the case, at that time, how did you work those cases? What did you do first?
We would meet with the parent and then come up with a family plan of service.
Okay, and was that done in this case?
Yes, sir.
During your time on the case when you first got it, did you discuss drug screening with the mother?
Yes, sir.
And did mother drug screen for you?
She did drug screen. I believe it was in October, but then after that, it kind of fell off.
Okay. Did she drug screen for you in October? Did she drug screen for you in September also?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I would ask to admit exhibit number 5 is the business record affidavits that were of the drug screens for the mother that were properly executed and filed and served to all parties.
All right, is this just one or for all of her?
There's 3 drug screens on the business record, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. All right, counsel, any objection?
No objection.
No objection.
No objection, Judge.
Your Honor, I'll object, claiming the hearsay.
Okay, overruled. Exhibit number 5 is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Hoganson, do you have the drug screens in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On the second page of the exhibit, the first drug screen, what date does it state that specimen was collected?
September 18th, 2024.
Okay. And was it positive or negative?
It was positive.
Okay. Can you tell me what it was positive for?
It was positive for amphetamines and methamphetamine.
Okay. What were the levels?
Amphetamine, their levels were 6,407. In methamphetamine, it was 20,000.
Okay. And then the next drug screen that she did, you stated was in October.
Yes, sir.
And when was that collected?
October 25th, 2024.
Okay. And What was the results of that screen?
She was positive.
For what?
She was positive for amphetamines, methamphetamine, and marijuana.
Okay. And was this on a hair or a UA screen?
This one was a UA.
Okay. And what were the levels of the amphetamine?
Amphetamine was 3,372.
And what was the level on the methamphetamines?
Methamphetamine was 18,842.
And the levels on the marijuana?
Marijuana was 74.
Okay. Did she also do a hair follicle at that time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when was the date of that hair follicle collected?
October 25th, 2024.
Okay. And what were the results of that hair follicle?
Positive.
Positive for what?
Amphetamines, cocaine, and methamphetamines.
Okay. What were the levels on the amphetamines?
71,470.
And what was the levels on the cocaine?
7,337 and 48,618.
Okay. And just to clarify, one was a cocaine metabolite.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's the 48,618.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the other level was I can't say that word, I don't know how to pronounce that medical term there. But those are two different levels in that cocaine test, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then what was the levels on the methamphetamines?
Methamphetamine, it was at 50,000.
Okay. Are those the only screens that the mother did for you?
I believe so. Yes, sir.
Okay. And you stated that you had done or completed a family plan of service with the mother. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have what is in front of you, exhibit number 1?
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize that?
Yes.
And what is that?
It is the family plan of service that I made for Truzel Moore.
Is this an accurate copy of the family plan of service that you created and filed with the court?
Yes, sir.
When was this filed with the court?
Let's see.
Be file mark stamped at the top right.
Oh, I'm sorry. November 13th, 2024.
Okay. Did you sign it?
One of my coworkers signed it for me since I was out that day.
Okay. And the supervisor at the time signed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did mother sign?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd ask to admit exhibit number 1 is the family plan of service that was testified to by Ms. Hoganson.
No objections.
No objection.
No objection.
No objection, Judge.
Ms. Hoganson, what? Oh, I'm sorry.
Petitioner's exhibit 1 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sorry. Ms. Hoganson, what was the mother asked to do during this case?
So Truzel was asked to comply with the department, such as letting me know if she changed any residence, agreeing to obtain her own transportation to any appointments, maintain stable housing. It stated that she would also complete an OSAR and follow through with any and all recommendations. Truzel would maintain a drug-free lifestyle, and she would submit to random drug tests.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
She would attend individual counseling. She would complete parenting classes, and those were all the services that we asked.
During your time on the case, was mother in compliance with her family plan of service?
No, sir.
Okay. Did she stay in constant contact with you?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you have a time when the mother had no contact with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know where she was at that time?
No, I do not.
Was she, to your knowledge, was mother staying clean and living a drug-free lifestyle?
Not to my knowledge, no, sir.
Okay. Did she start any of the services while you were working the case?
Yes, she did complete parenting classes online,
Okay.
and she did have an OSAR completed, but the recommendations I don't believe were followed through.
Okay. And you said she never drug screened for you again after the October drug screen?
Not that I can remember, no, sir.
And when you work cases, did you normally, and in this case, send mother monthly to drug screen
Yes, sir.
or attempt to send her monthly for drug screens?
Yes, sir.
Was that hard to do with no contact from mom?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. When you would attempt to send her for drug screens, did you send them by text message, email, phone calls? How did you get in touch with parents?
I believe that I would text her and then I emailed her on some of those.
Did you always get responses from
Not all the time, no, sir.
her? Did you ever come back in contact with the mother before you went off of the case?
I believe like very briefly, but nothing like for services. It'd just be trying to figure out where she was.
Okay. Did she tell you where she was at the time?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Were visitations paused during your time on the case?
Yes, sir.
And what was the reason for visitations being paused?
Drug screens were not being completed.
Okay. During your time on the case, you believe it was still in the best interest of the child to stay in the temporary managing conservatorship of the department
Yes, sir.
and for the mother to continue to work services?
Yes, sir.
During your time on the case, do you believe that the mom was showing a change in behaviors as she was working the case?
No.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Eldridge?
So Ms. Hoganson, you're not working the case recently, is my understanding. Is that right?
Correct.
And so if I know Truzel was going to get a drug screen done recently, and do you have any idea if that was done or not?
Oh, no, sir, I do not.
Okay, so your information, when did you stop being the caseworker on the case, approximately?
I believe in April of this year.
Okay. And so you don't know specifically whether there's been any testing done since April, is that right?
Correct.
All right. So, that's all I have, Your Honor. I'll save the other questions for the next caseworker.
Okay, Mr. Hammond?
Ma'am, did you discuss with Truzel Moore the father of the child, or did you just take it that Kevin Johnson was the father?
No, sir. I believe Kevin Johnson had paternity testing, and that was found to be not the biological father. So I continued to ask Truzel about other possible fathers.
Okay, and do you remember the date that you found out Kevin Johnson was not the father?
No, sir, I do not.
I mean, can you even give me a ballpark? Was it first of the year, February, March? Or...
It possibly could have been maybe January, but I'm really not too sure.
Okay. And then once you did find that out, when did she start giving you some other names?
It took a little bit, but I believe she gave me a name not too long after that.
And was that Marvin Price?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Okay. I have nothing further, Judge.
Judge, you're muted.
My bad. Sorry. Ms. Ronho?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Hugginson, did Ms. Moore mention any other potential fathers other than Mr. Price?
Not that I can remember, no, ma'am.
I'll pass the witness.
Okay, Ms. Zabala.
Ms. Hoganson, because of the nature of meth, was Ms. Moore initially restricted to virtual visits?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And all she had to do to get in-person visits was one clean UA.
Yes, ma'am.
Did she ever give you a clean UA?
No, ma'am.
After the October screen that we discussed, did she respond to any requests for drug screens?
Not that I can remember, no, ma'am.
But she was offered virtual visits, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you mentioned that visitation was paused because she failed to go to drug screens. Is that right?
Yes.
Is it also true that during that time period, she missed up to 18 virtual visits?
Yes.
I pass the witness.
Ms. Zabala, can you clarify what time frame that covered?
Well, let me ask Ms. Hoganson, was that from the time the case started until the visitation was paused?
Yes, ma'am, it was around there. I believe she started missing visitation around possibly October-ish of last year.
Okay. Do you know when visitation was paused?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Okay. But it was sometime before you left the case in April.
Yes, ma'am.
But
Thank
for
you.
all, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And virtual visits were being offered weekly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And for all of those visits, placement would go and get the child, bring her, get her ready for that visitation, and then mom didn't appear.
Yes.
I have no further questions.
Okay, Mr. Trout, anything further?
Just a couple of things, Your Honor. Ms. Huggison, back to the name that were given of possible fathers in the case. You had stated that Kevin Johnson was ruled out by paternity testing. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that was kind of early on in the case?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I just asked the court to take judicial notice. There was a paternity evaluation for Kevin Johnson that was filed with the court on December 30th of 2024, showing that he was not the father, and he was non-suited on January 15th of 2025.
All right, court will take judicial notice of those facts.
Ms. Hoganson, there was the name during your time on the case. Did mother also give you the name of, give me 1 second, Perry Mitchell?
Yes.
Okay. And the paternity test was done on him also, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd ask also to take judicial notice. There was a paternity evaluation done on Mr. Mitchell that was filed with the court April 14th of 2025, showing that he was not the father. And a motion for non-suit was filed in regards to Perry Mitchell on April 25th of 2025.
All right, I'll take judicial notice of that, the genetic testing and the non-suit.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Hoganson, do you have exhibit number 3 in front of you?
Let me pull it up real quick. Yes.
Okay. And did the department do a certificate of paternity registry search for a possible father in this case?
I believe so.
Okay. And did it show that anybody had claimed intent to, or filed for intent to claim paternity of the child?
No, sir.
Okay. And was that filed with the court February 14th of 2025?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'd ask to admit exhibit number 3 is the certificate of paternity registry search that was filed with the court in this case, showing that no father had filed an intent to claim paternity.
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
All right, then petitioner's exhibit 3 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Hoganson, after that, and this was about the time you went off the case, did the mother give you the name Marvin Price, or did she give the next caseworker the name Marvin Price?
I really don't remember.
Okay. With that, Your Honor, I'll pass the witness.
Okay, Mr. Eldridge?
Just a little bit, Your Honor. So Ms. Hoganson, the maternal grandmother, her name is Treva Jones McCoy. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and from the previous testimony from Ms. Amos, she was sick, having kidney problems on dialysis. Have you ever had any contact with Ms. Jones?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so is it your understanding she actually had the kidney replacement right around January the 1st of 2025?
I believe so. I don't really remember.
Okay. Well, do you disagree with the fact that she's had the surgery and it's been completed at this point in
No.
time?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you guys ever look into placement, take a second look at placement with the maternal grandmother after she had the surgery?
Yes, sir.
And was a home study ever completed?
A home study was not completed. No, sir.
Okay. Is there a reason?
The other household member had previous child protective services history.
And who
She
was the
wasn't staying there.
Okay. Who was the other household member?
I do not remember his name, but I believe it was the husband of Treva Jones.
Okay. And so if he wasn't living there, he may have been there occasionally, but do you know for certain that he was actually living at the residence?
I don't remember.
Okay. And so, but Miss Jones has no CPS prior history, is that right?
Not that I can recall, no, sir.
And she's only 52 years old. I know she had a serious condition, but if she's doing well physically, that's a reasonable place to look for placement. Would you agree?
Yes, sir.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Mr. Hammonds?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, and Ms. Naranjo?
No other questions, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Bala?
Nothing further.
All right, anything further, Mr. Trout?
Nothing further from Ms. Hoganson at this time, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody else have any questions for Ms. Hoganson?
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
Okay, any objection to her being released?
No, ma'am.
No, Your Honor.
No objection.
No objection.
All right, Ms. Hoganson, thank you very much. You're free to go on about your day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hoganson.
All right, Mr. Trout, it's 9:45. Who's your next witness?
Sterling Mendoza, Your Honor.
All right. Mrs. Mendoza, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you'll give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm just like a ticking clock in the background.
I understand. Ms. Hoganson, Ms. Mendoza, would you state your name for the record, please?
Sterling Mendoza?
And Ms. Mendoza, are you the current caseworker on this case we're on here today?
Yes.
Okay. And have you had contact with the alleged father, Marvin Price?
Yes.
Okay. And where did you meet with him?
So I tried to meet with him at the Potter County Jail and they let me know that he was moved. So I searched the TDJC website and I found him in Plainview in the Form B unit. I called to try to make a face-to-face appointment and they said I could only do over the phone. So I did do that over the phone on September 29th.
Okay. And what was your discussion with Mr. Price?
I talked about him possibly being the father to Kiana, and he denied that. And then I asked if he was interested in taking a paternity test, and he stated no because the timeline does not line up.
Okay. And what did he mean by the timeline did not line up?
By the time, like when he had contact with Truzel and when baby was born.
Okay. And so he didn't believe between the time the baby was conceived to the born, the timeline lined up with his being involved in Miss Moore.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did he want to participate or to cooperate with the department at any time?
He said he would talk to me if he needed to, but he did not wish. He would rather not.
Okay. At this time, and he was personally served in this case, so he was aware of the case.
Yes, sir.
Did he ever reach back out to you?
No, sir. I left him my number and contact information and let him know that he can contact me at any time, and he just said thank you, and I haven't heard from him.
Okay. At this time, is the department asking for termination of the parental rights of any unknown father and Mr. Price based upon failure to register with paternity registry?
Yes, sir.
And do you believe that's in the best interest of the child?
I do.
Okay. As for Ms. Moore, how much contact have you had with her?
It hasn't been frequent. It's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes I'll text her, and get a response a couple days later.
Okay.
So.
Has Trezell cooperated with you during your time on the case?
Not with services.
Okay. And when you say not with services, what has she done or has she not done?
So she hasn't completed anything other than what Avery testified to.
Okay. Has she done any drug screens for you?
No.
Okay. Have you asked her to go?
Yes, the only month I did not ask her to go was in July, as I thought she was in rehab. Because that was the contact of days of 30 days I didn't have contact with her, and she let me know she was going to rehab. So I believe she was there, but she
Did she complete the rehab?
no.
Okay. You do believe that she went, but she never completed it?
I thought she did. She told me she did the paperwork and she gave me a day she was going, and that lined up with the day that we lost communication. And then it had been 30 days. And so I reached back out to her. I reached out to her during those 30 days as well. And then she got back to me a couple of days after the 30 days and she let me know she didn't come.
Okay. So mom told you she did not go?
Yes.
Okay. Did she ever state whether she was using during that time?
No, she didn't. She said she was clean, but there were no drug screens to prove that.
Okay. So stating she was clean, but then never went to drug screen when asked?
Yes.
And were those presumed positive?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have what I sent out, exhibit number 2?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you recognize exhibit number 2?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And is that a permanency hearing order?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And were you present for that hearing?
I was.
Was this hearing was in June of this year?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is this a hearing when visitations were stopped between the mom and the child?
Yes.
And was those stopped for missed drug screens and missed visitations?
Yes.
Okay. Was this filed with the court and signed by the court?
Yes, it was.
Your Honor, I'd ask to admit exhibit number 2. It's the permanency order, hearing order before final, or before final order and notice of final hearing that was testified to.
Any objection?
No objections.
No
No
objection.
objection.
Yep, Petitioner's exhibit 2 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Mendoza, on this order, was mom also ordered to drug screen a hair follicle and a UA by that day?
Yes.
Did she go drug screen then?
No, she did not.
Okay. And visitations were stopped between the mom and the child?
Yes.
Okay. Since that time, has mom and child had any visitations?
No.
Have visitations been started up?
No.
In order to get visitation started back up, was the mother required to give clean UA?
Yes.
Okay. And she never did that.
No, sir.
To this day, has Trezell drug screened for you?
No, not since I've had the case.
Okay. Based upon the testimony today given and evidence, do you believe it's in the best interest of the child to terminate the mother's parental rights based upon the D and the E grounds
I do.
and the ground for constructive abandonment at this time?
Yes,
Do you believe that's in the best interest of the child?
I do.
How is the child doing right now?
She's doing very, very well. She recently just started walking. She's finally got her top and bottom tooth. And she's eating solids. She's on whole milk. She's doing very well.
Is she still in the same placement she was since the beginning of the case?
Yes.
So she's been in that placement for over a year.
Yes, sir.
And placement's here, so we'll ask her, but to your knowledge, is placement willing to adopt if the child becomes available to adopt
Yes.
and would like for the child to stay in her care?
Yes,
And do you believe that's in the best interest of the child?
I do.
Have you ever spoken to Miss Moore's mother?
No, I have not.
Okay. Have they reached out asking for a home study to get started or let you know how her health is?
No, she did let me know about her health. She let me know that she's going to Dallas every 3 months and she has to go with her, but that's all. That's about all I know.
Okay. And when you say she let me know, who let you know that?
Truzelle. I'm sorry.
Okay. But the grandmother has never reached out to you personally asking for any home study or for the child placement or anything?
No, sir.
Okay. I'll pass the witness at this time, Your Honor.
Mr. Eldridge?
So Miss Mendoza, I know it's kind of late in the case, but I reached out through the Mr. Trout asking for Miss Jones to be considered for placement just recently. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And I guess I didn't get, not saying anything bad about Mr. Trout. I didn't get I got a kind of a no up front, but what was the department's position on doing a home study and possible placement with Miss Jones at this point in time?
We were against it due to it possibly being detrimental to Kiana due to not having any relationship or having any knowledge of who she is.
Okay. And she's just 1 year old, right?
Yes.
I mean, she was born a little over a year ago?
Yes.
Okay. And so so you haven't checked into, I mean, I've made representations that Miss Jones has done pretty well. She's not, her body has not rejected the kidney, and she does do follow-ups every 3 months, but she's doing pretty well and she's back on her feet and is a possible placement for the child that Miss Moore would like the department to look into. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Your guys just aren't going to do that, right?
It was pretty close to the final, and so we decided to not move forward with that.
Okay. All right. And I think you already answered this, but I'd asked Miss Moore to reach out to you just recently in the last couple of weeks to try to get a drug screen done. Did she do that?
No.
Okay. All right. That's all I have, Your Honor. I'll pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Hammonds.
Ms. Mendoza, I represent Marvin Price. He's presently down the Form B unit in Plainview. I believe you testified that after your initial conversation with him, I mean, he has never made any effort or indicated to you that he wanted to be involved in this child's life.
No, sir.
Nothing further, Judge.
Mr. Ronho?
Miss Mendoza, did Miss Moore mention any other potential fathers to you other than the ones that have been mentioned today?
No, ma'am.
What efforts has the department made to locate any potential fathers?
I've asked her if she possibly knows anybody, and she told me no.
Was that the only effort that was made to locate any potential fathers?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll pass the witness.
Okay, and Ms. Ball?
Ms. Mendoza, you were asked about the June 24th permanency order. Sometimes when we're in court, parents aren't, and they still get ordered to drug test. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But in this case, Ms. Moore was present on that day. Is that correct?
I don't believe she was.
Okay. If you go up to the first page of the order, under paragraph 1.2, respondent mother Truzel Moore, what does it say under that?
It does check that she appeared in person and announced already.
But Ms. Moore did not show up to drug test that day.
No, ma'am.
And she knew that a drug test was necessary to start up any visitation.
Yes, I did follow up with a text message as well, letting her know that.
On your final report, I just want to clarify, there's a statement on page 8 that says Ms. Moore has not participated in a drug screen since October 25th, 2025.
That was my
Now,
typo.
okay, we saw some drug screens that were put in from October 25th, 2024. Is that what you were referencing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I apologize.
So mom has not drug screened for you in over a year.
No, ma'am. I've had the case since May, at the end of May, and she hasn't drug tested for me since the case transferred.
But she's responded back to you on that phone number that you were texting her on, correct?
Yes.
She's never provided a different phone number.
So she did reach out to me from a different phone number, a couple after the so long that we didn't have communication. But she did reach out to me. So I have the phone number.
So when you got a new phone number, were the drug screen requests then sent on that phone number?
Yes.
So she has reached out to you from a different number, correct?
Yes.
So she has known how to get a hold of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Has she ever asked you for assistance in getting to a drug screen?
No, ma'am.
Have you offered to drive her to drug screens?
Yes.
In this case, the child was removed because of drug exposure, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So even though mom has now done one parenting course, does that relieve the reason for removal?
No, ma'am.
You said that she told me she's going to Dallas. So is that Truzel telling you that mom has to go to Dallas?
Yes. Truzel also stated that she goes with her mom to Dallas for the follow-up appointments and blood work.
Why does Truzel go with her mom?
I am unsure. I'm not sure.
She asked me.
I pass the witness.
Right, Mr. Trout, anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, anybody else have any questions for Ms. Mendoza?
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
All right then. Mr. Trout, any further witnesses?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor. I'll call Miss McDaniel real quick.
All right, Ms. McDaniel, if you will unmute for me.
Yes.
Raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you'll give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss McDaniel, would you state your name for the record, please?
Casey McDaniel.
And Ms. McDaniel, how are you involved in the case involving Kiana Johnson?
I'm the foster mom for her.
Okay, and you've been the foster placement since the beginning of this case, correct?
I have.
In this case, if this court decides to terminate the parental rights, is it your plan to move forward and adopt?
Yes,
Okay. Are you bonded with the child?
100%.
How is the child doing?
She's doing really well. Like Sterling said, she has recently started walking. She says 5 or 6 different words. She loves to play with my other daughter and they call each other sissy, and she's all around a happy baby.
In your year, a little over a year, being with the child and raising the child, do you believe it's in the child's best interest this time to stay with you and, if possible, allow for you to adopt?
Yes,
Are you licensed? Are you going through licensing process at this time?
I'm licensed.
Okay. Have you had any contact with Ms. Moore?
Yes, I have.
Does she reach out to you?
She reaches out to me on Facebook occasionally, Facebook Messenger.
Okay. When was the last time she did that?
Probably 2 or 3 days ago.
Okay. Has she ever reached out to you and asked you to take care of the child?
Yes.
And what were the statements that she made?
After she's thanked me several times for taking care of her daughter, but after we had mediation, just about an hour after that wrapped up, she sent me a message and asked me to adopt her daughter.
Okay. And were you on the exhibits that were sent out, Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Okay. Exhibit number 4, is this the message you're discussing?
Yes.
Okay. Is this an accurate copy of the message that you received from Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Okay. And you recognize that no changes have been made?
Correct.
Your Honor, I'd ask to admit exhibit number 4. It's the message Ms. Moore sent to Ms. McDaniel that she testified to, asking for her to adopt the child.
No objections.
No objection.
No objection, Judge.
Objection.
Right, petitioner's exhibit 4 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. McDaniel, we discussed a little bit with the workers as far as visitations and when they were stopped. Do you keep a record of visitations also?
I do. Yes.
During the life of the case, how many visits did mom no-show?
19.
Okay. How many did she attend total during the course of this case?
She attended 3 virtual visits and 1 in person.
Okay. Do you have a record of when the last time she made a visitation with the child?
Yes, it was November 4th, 2024.
Okay. So a little over a year ago.
Correct.
Okay. And visits were stopped. Your recollection also is visits were stopped to what we discussed, no drug screens, missing visits, etc.
Correct. Yes, we stopped and started them several times.
Okay. And again, your plan is to continue caring for the child, taking care of the child, and if possible, you would like to adopt the child.
Yes.
And you believe that's in the best interest of Kiana?
I do. Yes.
Thank you. I'll pass witness, Your Honor.
I don't have any questions, Judge.
Judge Hammond,
No questions, Judge.
Ms. Naranjo,
No questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Zavala.
Ms. McDaniel, in this exhibit 4, it appears that Ms. Moore makes a reference to seeing her mom close to death a few days ago. Do you see that statement?
I do. Yes.
Do you know when that was?
That was sent to me around the time of mediation. So that would have been maybe October-ish. Well, a little before that, I guess. So maybe the beginning of August, somewhere around that time frame.
Okay, so if mediation was, I believe, August 13th, you believe that statement about her mom being close to death a few days ago was a few days prior to that.
Yes.
It was June.
Okay. No further questions.
All right, Mr. Trout, any further questions for Ms. McDaniel?
No further questions for Ms. McDaniel, Your Honor.
Anybody else have any questions for Ms. McDaniel?
Nothing further.
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
All right, Ms. McDaniel, you are free to go, but you're certainly free to stay. And I just want to thank you for taking such great care of Kiana. You've done a great job with her. And, you know, these situations aren't easy by any means, but thank you for what you've done.
Absolutely. I'll stay on. I'll just turn my camera off.
That'd be just great. All right, Mr. Trout, anything further?
Nothing further from the department, Your Honor.
Department rest?
Department rest.
All right, Mr. Eldridge.
So I think you know my situation, Your Honor. I've got another hearing at 10:15, so I'm going to kind of go through pretty quick. I'll call Truesdale Moore.
Right, let me just ask y'all, I mean, it's that or we've got to reschedule. Which I hate doing because this is second go round, but
Sometimes,
in other words, Mr. Eldridge, I want you to have sufficient time to put on your case for your client. I don't want.
it's pretty
Yeah.
straightforward what we're asking for, Your Honor.
If you think you can do it in a short amount of time, then that's fine.
I can sure try. I will.
Okay, all right. If we get in a bind, we'll deal with it. Okay.
A lot of times they're late, so it's a phone hearing for Social Security case. So my secretary will wave at me when they call. But
All right.
I apologize. I guess we couldn't get good dates.
All right.
I'll call Truesdale Moore.
Okay, Ms. Moore, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you'll give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. Be sure and speak up.
So Truesdale, you've heard all the testimony today, and basically the reason you're here and the reason your child was removed is because you were using illegal drugs while you were pregnant, and you haven't shown the department that you could get clean while the case is going on. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
Okay. You talked to Centacor and you were going to start treatment this summer, and we talked to them and there was a bed available and everything was set up. Why didn't you go through treatment then?
I thought the case over with. I didn't get in contact until a month later or 2 weeks later.
I'm not getting that.
I didn't either, Ms. Moore. You're going to need to repeat what you said.
At the case over with, I didn't get no contact about the case or anything in like a week or two. I thought it was over.
Okay, Ms. Moore, you're breaking up real badly, so try turning your video off. All right, let's try again.
I thought the case was over with. I didn't get no contact, so I thought it was over.
Okay. And because of that, you didn't go ahead and go through with the treatment?
No, because I thought the whole case was done and over with. I didn't see the point if it was done.
All right. After that, you've been asked to take some drug screens. Have you taken any of those?
Nope.
The day we went to mediation, I was going to drive you to the doctor's office to do the drug screen myself, and you said you had a ride. Did you go to get drug screen that
No,
day?
but I did send you emails and I did call. I didn't get no answer back.
And Truesdale, that's just not true. But
It is true.
did
I have
you
it on my
show up?
email.
Truesdale, did you ever show up since the mediation and take a drug screen like I asked you to do?
No.
We talked in person, last week? And I asked you to get a hold of the caseworker and go take a drug screen. Did you do that?
No.
Okay. So what you've talked to me about was you understand that it's not likely that you're going to get custody of your daughter. You understand that?
Yep.
Okay. Are you asking the judge to consider your mother, Treva Jones McCoy, who is the maternal grandmother, as a possible placement for the child?
Yes, because last time she was in the hospital was in June. That's when she was near to death. But she just had fluid on her brain and her lungs, but she's been good ever since.
Okay. Um, is there anyone that lives at the house there with your mom?
It's her boyfriend, and it's not the old boyfriend. It's someone else. He doesn't have no history. And it's his daughter and his granddaughter.
All right. So are you asking that the judge name the department as the permanent managing conservator of the child, and you're asking that a home study be completed on Miss Treva Jones McCoy and consider her for possible placement for the child?
Yes, I asked multiple times.
Okay. She's been sick, but well, I'll ask her. You believe she's doing pretty good at this point in time. Is that right? Health wise.
Yes, she's been doing really good.
In the alternative, if the judge grants a termination and there is adoption completed, are you asking that it be an open adoption so you can have at least some information, maybe some minimal contact with your daughter just to kind of know what's going on in her life?
Yes.
And that's what you put in the text that you sent to the foster mom. Is that right?
Yes. I either want that or my mom to have her.
Okay. Is there anything else you want the judge to consider?
No, that's everything.
Okay. And you don't disagree with the fact that you didn't complete the services that you were asked to do, that they
No,
talked
I
about?
agree.
Okay. Your Honor, I'll pass the witness.
Okay, Mr. Trout. You can go ahead and question the witness. She's acknowledged that she did not complete her service plan.
Yes, ma'am. And she acknowledged she did not drug screen, Your Honor. I have no questions for Ms. Moore.
All
But
right.
yeah, I apologize, Your Honor. I got a couple questions. Ms.
Right.
Moore, are you still actively using?
No,
When's the last time you used?
like 2-3 months. I thought the case was been over with. I didn't see a point of going anymore.
Okay. Was the
You're gonna take it regardless.
caseworker still trying to reach out to you?
Yeah,
Okay.
she was the only one.
Okay. So if the caseworker was reaching out to you and asking you to do things in the case, why would you think the case was over with?
I thought it was over with because last time in August y'all said the final. So I thought after that it was over because no one said nothing to me until 2 weeks later.
Okay. And you didn't show up to that final back then, did you?
No, because the mediation they basically already said they're gonna take her. So what's the point?
Would Ms. Moore, you understand you still need to show up?
I'm here now.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Hammond, any questions?
Ms. Moore, back in the summer of 2024, June, July, August, September, October, is it a fair statement to say you were having sexual relations with numerous men?
No.
Okay,
Around
can
that
you
time
give me
I
an
was around
idea?
Marvin. And recently when he went to
Okay,
jail, I was still around him.
okay. When did you first give Marvin's name to the department?
In like June, May.
Why is is Kevin Johnson named as the father on the birth certificate?
I have no idea. I never got one.
Why did you tell the department initially that Kevin Johnson was the father?
That's who I was with at the time.
I have nothing further, Judge.
Excuse me, Ms. Naranjo.
Miss Moore, other than the potential father's name today, is there any other potential father for your daughter?
No. And Marvin was telling everyone else it was his daughter. I don't know why he's switching it up.
I'll pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Ball.
I have no questions, Your Honor.
Okay, hang on, we lost somebody. Okay. It was Miss Katie. All right. Um, okay. Mr. Eldridge, any further questions for Ms. Moore?
No, no, Your Honor, nothing further.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions for Ms. Moore?
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Moore, did you attended mediation, correct?
Yes.
And you knew that there hadn't been a resolution at that meeting, correct?
Well, they said no to the deal, so I thought everything was done and over with.
Well, what if they said no to your deal? What made you think then it was over with?
I didn't get no contact or nothing after that. I thought it was done.
Well, did you ever get an order or something from this court saying that it was done?
No, but I never got nothing saying it was still going on either.
Well, was it explained to you that you were at mediation to try to come to an agreement?
I thought it was already at an agreement.
Well, what did you think it had been agreed to?
They're gonna take her, just like now.
Well, I mean, that's what they wanted, but you hadn't agreed to that, correct?
Yeah, but I brought my mom up 1,000 times, and she's just now actually getting looked at. So it's not like y'all want me to have her anyway. So,
Well,
or my mom. So
that's beside the point. As far as my point is that you didn't agree to what the department was asking for. So I fail to see how you would have thought then things were just over, that they just get what they want. I mean, you've been in front of me on a number of occasions. You know that I'm the one that makes the decision in this case. What made you think that it would be any different with respect to a final resolution?
y'all probably look at me like I'm just someone on the street. They're
No,
actually people with degrees
no,
and stuff.
man, that's
Why
not
would y'all listen to me?
that doesn't answer my question. I'm trying to find out what you were thinking at that time, or why you would have thought that it was over with.
I tried to reach out to my attorney 1,000 times before. I got proof of that and nothing. So I thought it was over. The only person would have contact with me was St. Francis.
Okay, but they were still contacting you and wanting you to do things, correct?
Yeah, 2 weeks after. 2 weeks later.
Okay, well, 2 weeks later isn't that long. All right, I want to clarify something else you testified about. Your mom is living with a boyfriend. And did you say with his daughter, or
Yes, his daughter.
did you say his daughter and someone else?
His granddaughter.
All right, that's what I thought. I wanted to just be sure I understood you correctly. Okay, then. Anybody else have any questions for Ms. Moore?
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
All right. Mr. Eldridge, do you have any further witnesses today?
Miss Jones, Treva Jones McCoy. She's the maternal grandmother.
Let's see, is she logged in with us, or is she there with Ms. Moore?
She's the second one under Miss Moore's.
Well, I don't think she ever got logged in.
Oh, no. Okay.
She
True
was. I let her in, but she never connected through. Ms. Moore, is she there with you?
No, she's not.
Has she reached out to you that she's having a hard time trying to get logged in?
She just told me she was trying to do it. I don't know what happened.
All right.
So with that, can I ask Miss Moore a couple of questions about her mother's health? I was going to ask those questions of her mother so that she could testify to it.
She has personal knowledge of it.
Right. She goes to the doctor's visits and all that. I guess she can testify to what she observes.
Sure.
So Truzel, do you go to your mother had a kidney replacement? Is that right?
Yes.
And she did that back in January of 2025.
Yes.
And I know you said there was a problem, I believe you said in June of this summer, but what do you
Yes.
see? How's your mother doing? You're around her. How's she getting around and how's she doing? Health wise.
She's doing real good. She just took her friend to Dallas to a doctor appointment. She only goes to Fort Worth every 3 months to get testing, and that's about it. She's doing really good. She no longer on dialysis or anything.
She's 52 years old.
Yes.
Is she back to work yet?
Yes, she works part-time and she gets her disability.
Okay. And based on what you observed, does she have the ability to provide a safe, stable home for your daughter?
Yes.
Is that what you're asking the court to do? Is look at her as possible placement to at least?
Yes, I've been asked.
Okay. And you believe that's important to try to keep her in the family. Do you understand that?
Yes. There's not even much of us left.
Okay. And you understand that you won't be allowed to have any contact with your daughter when she's with your mother until if and when you get cleaned up. You understand that?
Yes, that's fine. My mom stays in Borger. She stays an hour away from me.
You don't live with your mother, is that right?
No, I do not.
Okay. Anything else about your mother's health that you want the judge to know?
No, that's everything.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody have any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
A few, Your Honor.
No, good.
All right, Ms. Zavala, go ahead.
Ms. Moore, there were two concerns raised previously about your mother. The first was her health. The second was someone living in her home with CPS history. Do you know who that was?
Nyoka Kelly, and she hasn't stayed with my mom in 2 years, like 2, 3 years. That was 2021, 2022. That's the very last time she was there.
Okay. It sounded like back in January there was someone living in the home with concerning history at that point. Who would have that been?
The only people that stayed in that house was me and my mom. My mom was going back and forth to Pampa. She was never really at the house until recently. Like last year, she actually stayed there. So I'm not sure who that could even be.
Okay. When did she start staying in that home?
I think like around September of 2024, October 2024. That's when her and her ex-boyfriend broke up.
Okay. And it was just her and you for a while?
Yes.
So the ex-boyfriend, I had thought he was the concern, and they broke up September or October of 2024. Is that correct?
Yes. They've been broken up since then.
Okay. During what period of time was it just you and your mom living in Borger?
It was only me and her until I guess around October to November, and then I moved back to Amarillo, and I was around Marvin.
Okay, I'm talking about this case. So you said that boyfriend moved out September, October of 2024.
Oh, he never lived in the house. My mom was staying at his house in Pampa and going back and forth every day for work.
Okay, so when did she move to the house in Borger?
In September, October.
And when did you live with her there?
In October, November.
So at what point she was living there by herself?
Yeah, after I left.
How long did she live by herself?
For like a whole year. And then her boyfriend and his daughter and granddaughter moved in.
Okay, so they've only been there a matter of a few weeks?
As of right now, they only been there for like 2 months.
And how long have they been dating?
since last November.
I pass the witness.
Okay, anybody have any further questions?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, then, Mr. Eldridge, do you rest?
I rest, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Hammonds, anything to present?
No, Judge.
Ms. Naranjo?
No, Your Honor.
All right, do each of you rest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hammonds, do you rest? All right, Mr. Hammonds, can you hear me?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, do you rest?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Ms. Zavala, any witnesses to present today?
No witnesses, Your Honor. I rest.
All right, do you have a recommendation to make?
I do, Your Honor. At this time, I do believe it's in Kiana's best interest for the parental rights to be terminated at this time for both mother, father, and any possible fathers. I do believe that is in her best interest.
And you have any recommendation about continued placement?
Yes, Your Honor. Kiana's been in this placement for her entire life, short of the
You
6
haven't
days.
looked into any other placement.
Ms. Moore, it's not time for you to speak. Go ahead, Ms.
For her entire life, short of the 6 days she was in the hospital, she is thriving there, is well bonded to the entire family, and had not had contact with her mother or any other family members for over a year.
All right,
I do,
thank you. Oh,
do
go
believe
ahead.
that placement should continue.
All right, thank you. All right, then, at this time, I do find by clear and convincing evidence that it is in the best interest of the child, Kiana Johnson, to terminate the parental rights between the child and her mother, Truzelle Moore, based on Texas Family Code 161.001, subsection B1, D, E, and N grounds, and the best interest of the child under 161.001, B2. I also find by clear and convincing evidence it's in the best interest of the child, Kiana Johnson, to terminate the parental rights between the alleged father, Marvin Price, pursuant to Texas Family Code 161.002, subsection B1 and subsection B3. And then also to terminate the rights of any unknown father based on failure to register with paternity registry under B3. I make a finding today that the Department of Family and Protective Services has used reasonable efforts in the case to return the child to the parent or parents. And despite those reasonable efforts, continuing danger exists for the child to be returned home. I will name the Department of Family and Protective Services as the permanent managing conservator of the child. At this time, I'll dismiss all court-appointed attorneys with the exception of the attorney ad litem for the child, Ms. Zavala, who will remain. That will occur after dismissal of attorneys will occur after the appropriate de novo and appellate timeframes expire. Counsel, as always, be mindful that your de novo timeframe does begin to run since I've rendered an open court, and that you are under an expedited appellate timeframe. I am going to go ahead and order the home study on the maternal grandmother since it sounds like there's been some changes in her living situation since the beginning of the case. Obviously, she's family. That can be done at any point in time, even post-termination. So we will go ahead and look at that. It is willing and willing to cooperate. I'm not sure the department's really had much direct contact with her, so we'll see what her willingness is. All right, for those still involved, I will see you back for a review hearing February 5th of 2026. That will be on a 9 o'clock docket. and placement will continue with Ms. McDaniel unless there is some agreement or further order of this court. All right, thank you all very much.